Hello, I'm John, the Warhammer Modeler, and welcome to the first in a series of videos looking at one of my long-term projects. Now this series is going to be looking at my Mukaali baggage train for Necromunda, which I started some time ago. I've got quite a few models at the moment in the train. I'm going to be building a few more, which I'll do some videos for. But to start with this first video, I want to take a look at where it all started with this character. So we have here the character both mounted on his Mukaali and also on foot. If we take a look at him on foot first, this is where the project started. So he has no name, but this is a rogue trader who's down on his luck. His ship has been impounded by the authorities on Necromunda, and he's now wandering the wastes, trading, trying to get the funds together to either get his ship back or to have payback for those who impounded it. Now, running through the parts on this guy, the legs and the body are from the Cadian Command sprue, and then other bits are from Forge World kits. So we've got the head is from the Forge World Cadian Veteran kit. Same with the little binoculars, as well as the backpack. The demolition charge is also from one of the Cadian Forge World kits, as are some of the smaller belt items. Other items are from the normal Cadian kits, as well as a little icon here, that's from one of the Grey Knight kits. Now I wanted this character to stand out a little bit, so I gave him a super long las. Quite an impractical weapon, but it actually gives it quite a lot of character, quite an interesting piece for him. So when I was making him, quite a few years ago now I started, I thought I wouldn't mind having him mounted on a vehicle or on an animal as well. And at the time, Forge World produced these Mukaali mounts for Talon Rough Riders, so I thought it's a good place to start. So the actual character sitting on there, I used the same parts again to create him. So one part I didn't talk about, his shoulder pad just here is from the Van Saar kit, so a slightly different shoulder pad on both sides. So you can see on his waist, he's got the same kit on his waist there. He's holding the same gun. And as we go around, you can see his binoculars are on his waist belt, whereas with the standing model, he's holding them. He doesn't have the backpack on because it's just here on all of his equipment, as we look around the top, the demolition charge are just there as well. Now, when I was making this character, originally I didn't have any of the equipment on there, which I put on with a magnet after I started doing it. So he started out just as this character riding the Mukaali mount. We've got on here the equipment that was actually on the sculpt in the first place. The legs are the original legs of the rider as well. So I just added the body to it. So having a look at the equipment that he's carrying, we've got on this side, this first little kind of belt with a grenade and the fabric. That, from memory serves, is an old Chaos Space Marine belt section. The backpack with the las gun on, that is from one of the Warhammer 40,000 Imperial tanks. I can't remember off the top of my head. We've then got a little fuel can. That's actually from the Ogren kit. Just here we have a little box and kit roll. That is from the Dark Angels Ravenwing sprue. This little backpack just here, that is an old 90s Necromunda Cawdor heavy backpack. A Imperial Guard backpack from the heavy weapons kit, I think. We then have both the demolition charge. Let me just move them out of the way so we can see. There we go. The demolition charge and that backpack are from Forge World Cadian kits. This little kind of piece with the skull in, That is from one of the old Warhammer 40,000 terrain kits. Another backpack from the Imperial Guard heavy weapons kit. This little kind of charm here, I also put on the back of him here. So they're from the Grey Knight kit. So you can see he's taken some of his kit off to carry around with him. So this is like a good luck charm for him. A little bit of fluff on there. Let's just get rid of that. The rosary, I think from memory serves, that was again from another Imperial Guard kit from one of the banners. We then have the remnants of a little spacesuit. So here we have a helmet from the White Dwarf special character, which was the White Dwarf. We had a servo arm on his back with a Gretchen court in it. I used the helmet there, and the tanks there are just some flamer tanks. The frame going around it, that was just brass rod that I bent, and then all of the bits holding it together, that's cotton with super glue wrapped round. Searchlight from the Imperial Guard Sentinel kit, made upside down, so it looks like it's hanging from the top of the frame. And as I said before, it's got a magnet in it. Originally I made it for ease of painting, but it's quite nice being able to add and remove that piece from this character. So that is the first character of the Mukaali baggage train. Other ones that I'm going to take a look at in the next few videos include another rider on a Mukaali, the dung collector, as well as the hover barge towed by more Mukaali. Hope you've enjoyed this little look at this model and the parts that I've used on it. Stay tuned for more videos. I'll hope to produce a few more in the coming weeks so we can have a look at the parts and have a look at this ongoing project. My name's John, I'm the Warhammer Modeller. Stay safe.